What would happen if one day you woke up and realized you're the last man left on Earth? Imagine opening your eyes in the morning and instantly feeling that something's off. Everything is silent. No roommate yelling, no weird football news blasting from the TV. Why? Because every single man on the planet, except you, is gone. We don't know what caused it. A chromosome-targeting virus? A bizarre genetic experiment gone wrong? Doesn't matter. What matters is this. You are now the last surviving drop of testosterone on Earth. One man in a world full of women. And trust me, nothing in your life is going to be normal ever again. You're liquid gold, humanity's ultimate survival tool. From the moment you wake up, you've basically got legendary status, right? Without men, the world would definitely spiral out of control. Industries like construction, mining, heavy repairs, and transportation would all suffer, and the shortage of skilled labor for physical work would be painfully obvious. Sure, it might take a few years for women to adapt and find new ways to handle these challenges, but history shows humans are masters of adaptation. But let's be honest, the first thing you're probably thinking is the line of women waiting for you. Maybe in your head, you're imagining something like, oh man, what an amazing life this is gonna be. Women lining up for me, a lottery to win a date, maybe even competitions over who gets to reach me first. But my friend, sorry to break it to you, that's pure fantasy. This scenario isn't romantic, it's not dreamy, it's not even funny. It's straight up dark comedy. And you're about to become a sexual workhorse in this world. The entire responsibility of keeping humanity alive sits right on your shoulders, champ. Let's do a little math. The world's population is about 8 billion, which means around 4 billion women. That's roughly 50% of the population. Women between ages 15 and 45, the ones in the reproductive age range, make up about 41%. Which means around 1.64 billion women on Earth are capable of having children. So, what's your capacity? If you were some kind of superhuman alpha machine, maybe you could manage 10 encounters a day. Not more, let's be realistic. So let's multiply that. 10 encounters a day times 365 days equals 3,650 attempts to make babies each year. But remember, fertility success isn't 100%. If you're lucky, maybe half of those attempts actually work. Which brings us to the result. You could produce around 1,825 babies a year. Sounds impressive, right? Hold on, let me explain more. If you want to stop the population from falling, you'd have to keep working forever. Now, let's make the job even harder. Women only have a fertile window, ages 15 to 45. That means roughly 3% of fertile women drop out of the pool each year, and at that rate, you've got only about 21 years before you lose half of the world's fertile population. What about your body? Let's be realistic. Your body isn't a machine. Sperm quality wears down after a few months. Physical exhaustion? Absolutely. You won't be able to keep up that pressure for more than 2 or 3 years. And then what? Early retirement? But guess what? 91% of all fertile women still expect you to keep going. And here's another huge problem: genetics. Even if everything goes perfectly, the next generation is in trouble. Why? Because genetic diversity collapses. All the kids in the next generation would be carrying your genes, and only yours. The result? Genetic disorders, weakened immune systems, and a population that's extremely fragile. By the third generation, the world would be facing a full-blown genetic disaster. Now let's talk about the women. In the early years, there's going to be an all-out war over you. Just imagine it. One man, 4 billion women. How do you think they're going to manage you? War breaks out. You basically become a strategic resource. Countries and groups start competing to capture you. A brand new Cold War. But this time, not for gold, not for oil, for you, and the chance to boost their population. Will science replace you? Absolutely! Let me give you some bad news. Science has always been hunting for alternatives. Dramatic. Artificial wombs, cloning, gene editing. All of it is advancing fast. Give it a decade and they might not even need you for reproduction. Sure, sperm banks could buy humanity a few extra decades, but eventually those supplies run out. And after that, science steps in again to replace you. You can be sure that in a situation like this, all the women in the world would mobilize to find a solution. And the bad news is, experiments on mice have already been successful. Unfortunately, I have to say that with science advancing like this, there might not be much need for you anymore. A new artificial womb, an advanced cloning machine, and you turn into a souvenir. Or maybe even a pleasure toy for the wealthy and powerful women of that era. If you enjoyed this and want more open-minded, exciting scenarios, then it's time to join the Factoria family. Hit that subscribe button.